too many of those, and I must say John Brooks has had as good a game as the two teams, contributing. What's that? Reminder Liverpool against Chelsea from this season's Carabao Cup 2 years ago. Same thing happened. Liverpool won, and they also played each other in the FA Cup final. That's still on at the moment. Chelsea haven't got through against promotion chasing Leicester City. Ericsson chase back. Bradley. Forward by Gomez, claimed by Onana. Well, extra time can be a little attritional. I wouldn't say either of these two teams will be playing for penalties. It's in the League Cup, up until the latter stages, the games are decided on one game without any added time. Go to penalties straight away if it's level after 90 minutes. Right back by Kwanzaa, who looks fit and fiery. Elliott. And now McAllister has scored at this end, of course. The first half of regulation time. To Van Dijk. Elliott looking for Bradley, maybe, no. Finding McAllister. Now it's Conor Bradley. And by Gakpo. Had a loop on it. McAllister might have troubled Onana, but it wasn't on target.
He's got to put the power in it. It's just looped into the box or scooped into the box by Gakpo. You can see he's trying to put the effort in and gets too much on it. Going back to the changes that were made in normal time for the game midweek, Atletico Madrid versus Inter, and Inter changed a lot of players in their back four and it changed the game. I just wonder whether we made the substitution a bit too early with Robertson coming off. It means that Gomez had to change sides. Bradley couldn't quite adjust to the pace of the game. Bradley couldn't adjust to the pace of the game when he first came on.
He could be called Bradley Connor.
He could be.
Here's McTominay. Down by Kwanzaa. Here's Dallo. Who's going to make himself a hero here? These games really go into a separate history book, such as the rivalry. Maguire. Now Fernandes. On a knife edge at Old Trafford. Away by Van Dijk. Ericsson. Now Anthony. To keep it, but now trying to use that left foot of his to try and bet in, a bit Salah-like. And ends with a Liverpool free kick against Ahmad.
He just miscontrolled it there. And then actually makes a block challenge. It's there where he commits the foul when he just grabs hold of McAllister. A good sign, hasn't he, McAllister? Along with Szoboszlai.
I think Liverpool have proved over the couple of years their recruitment has been excellent, and they've produced plenty of their own to back up some of the real big hitters. Still a bit of a question mark over Manchester United trying to regroup their behind-the-scenes staff as well as the recruitment men. And here goes Garnacho. And they've got a corner here.
Ahmad missed a great opportunity to play it through the middle. Two Manchester United players were racing between the centre halves when he first got the ball and he played it out wide. Well, it's not a bad pass. There was a better pass to play.
Picked up a bang in the face. Very rightly showing concern, but saying bring the physio on. Actually, Ahmad is unmarked. Perhaps not the greatest threat in the air, not as great as Harry Maguire. He's on the move towards the near post now. Doesn't get into his territory. Good ball by Onana to Maguire. He should get it. Rashford not really making even a token jump.
Yeah, it's not what you often see. Harry Maguire racing in behind the opposition's back four.
No, they needed to trade places then, Rashford and Maguire. Here's Elliott. Bradley goes outside him, looking in the opposite direction. Diaz. Between Dalot and Anthony.
Just can't get the challenge in. Anthony was trying to come back, but there's the man that committed the foul, Dalot.
So McAllister over the ball. Up goes Virgil van Dijk. He marked his Liverpool debut, you might recall, by scoring against Everton, no less, in an FA Cup tie after his move from Southampton. Taken by McAllister. The goalkeeper did well, actually. Sometimes you can be deceived. The ball might creep in by the far post, but Onana stayed cool and was able to claim it easily. Here's Gomez. McAllister. And Diaz. Just hesitated. Dalot didn't. Anthony. Dalot again. Comes off the head of Van Dijk. Back into the path of Rashford. Garnacho wanting to shoot. Lindelof does! And hits the side netting.
Good bit of play. And there's the back heel. Garnacho drags the corner infield. Conor Bradley, should I say again?
Lindelof, who scored the winning penalty, if I remember rightly, in the semi-final. It went to a shootout against Brighton. McAllister had opened the penalty shootout. I think it goes that way again. Whether he'll be high on Liverpool's list as he was on the list of the Seagulls. But we're still well away from that. Tsimikas on. Of course, he has a very good record as a winning penalty taker at Wembley, no less.
He's now got a job to stop Anthony, who's been very lively since coming on. Scored the equaliser, looks a threat.
One for Gomez. There's the fear of making the fatal mistake in extra time. Tends to just curb some of the attacking ambition. Garnacho hasn't been suffering from that. Rashford. Here's Bruno Fernandes. He's been playing deeper since the substitutions. Bradley heads out. Liverpool might have counter-attack then. Brooks rather quick to blow the foul on Quansah. So Quansah and Van Dijk still in the middle for Liverpool as they were at the start. They've been rock and roll for the fullbacks.
He's had another good game, Quansah. Still think he's got a little bit to learn about positional play. He's made a couple of bad decisions, when to squeeze up and when to drop off. His actual ability on the ball and making challenges and good in 1v1 situations, he's been excellent.
Ericsson. Fernandes trying to get it through to Rashford. The flag will stay down. Rashford misses anyway. Still haunted perhaps by that miss. He was offside, and I think he knew it, but they won right on their stroke of the end of regulation time. If Liverpool do win, they'll be spotted up, I think.
It was almost a very good run. He ran off of Bradley. Bradley didn't step up. He was in the right position. But nobody was going to watch the run of Rashford. Didn't pass him on to the centre halves. Just made his run a fraction too early. Very, very close.
Well, the nation is watching, the world is watching. There's two great rivals, not exactly going at each other hammer and tongs. They put too much effort into it, but picking their moments to try and win the game here. It's not easy for the likes of Lindelof and the men who are trying to protect and who don't want to concede a winning goal.
I would say Erik ten Hag's been brave. He's almost playing three at the back, but Maguire is the middle centre. Lindelof is going out to the left-hand side, Dalot to the right. And the player that you mentioned that goes back in between them at times is Ericsson, who you can't say is the best defensive midfield player you'll get.
But it gets him on the ball, Stuart, doesn't it? And maybe that will get Manchester United on the boil. And what remains before, or if it comes down to penalties. Elliott. Shooting position for him here, deflection on it, kind to Liverpool, super for Harvey Elliott, and Liverpool have the lead again. Buy a ticket and you might win the raffle, take a shot and you might win an FA Cup quarter-final.
Well, he was a long way out. It looked to be a good strike, but it did take a wicked deflection. Onana, it started to go one way and had to adjust his position. Just finds that bit of space on the edge of the box. Nobody really goes and closes him down until too late, and it takes a deflection off maybe Ericsson. Ericsson's the player that goes to it there. Yeah, it comes off the bottom of his boot and takes it away from Onana. Goes between the legs of Maguire. Really difficult for Onana. He was just starting to go the other way. Had to adjust his position.
Yeah, it was a shot on target, but not this part of the target that it actually found. So they've had a couple of bits of fortune with deflections, Liverpool. Here's Anthony. Tsimikas rushed to the battle, but he's given it straight to Amad Diallo. Options to the left. And Rashford across the face of the goal.
Well, whether he's going for a shot or a cross, it's a good effort. He's just playing it into a good area. Made a good run. It's the area that they were causing Liverpool problems right at the start of the game. I think he's going for goal. It hooks it. Goes out for a throw-in. Anthony couldn't keep it in play.
It's half-time in extra time, and it's been Liverpool's half. The importance of substitutes recognised these days. There's plenty of options, of course, the way the game is staffed, if you like, with the extra alternatives. And just after Anthony had given the lifeline to take us into extra time, Harvey Elliott has put Liverpool back with the advantage with 15 minutes to go.
Jason McAteer, Dwight York. Advantage Liverpool, Jason.
Yeah, to be honest, extra time always worries me because the ones I've watched this week, certainly in the Champions League, they seem to just play out to go to penalties, but both teams have been at it. They both wanted to go for the win. And like you said when we were watching it, if you don't pull the trigger.
Yorkie, is that your
another deflected
your best chance gone?
Well, another deflected goal, isn't it? I think in terms of that, we're a little bit unlucky. And I just still feel the goalkeeper might have done a little bit. Probably the first one I'm a bit I'd probably say he should have saved, but this one maybe even more so the more you look at it. But again, it's one of those games that, we just doesn't seem to get the luck at the minute.
Yeah, United definitely gave him a little too much time edge of the box to take a touch, to size it up. Listen, if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win a raffle. It's as simple as that. We saw Manchester City yesterday go through 2-0 with the aid of 2 deflected goals. It's part of the game. United might consider himself a little unlucky, but if RB Elliott doesn't take the shot on, that doesn't happen.
I don't feel the game is finished now. I still feel there's another goal. I don't know which side, but I feel there's another goal.
Having won it once, Liverpool, they are in a position to win it again, Liverpool. 15 big minutes in his season and tenure at Manchester United. They go out, he goes out.
Really?
Oh, no question.
Well, end of season.
Does anybody here not think that that's a decision already been made?
Yeah, I think it's been made already.
This just gives them the excuse to make it official. And I didn't mean today, I mean end of the season. Let's go back. Stuart Robson, Martin Tyler.
2 up, second period of extra time here at Old Trafford. Whoever gets through, they're doing it the hard way. There's a foul by Darwin Núñez. Have to keep just ticking the boxes today. So who's still playing from the start of the game? Núñez is one. Extra substitute, of course, can be used in extra time. Diaz is another. Garnacho into that category for United as well, and Rashford. Eriksen. Garnacho. Deep, Kelleher comes for it, and it's just a case of hanging on to what's a greasy ball.
Well, he's made a strange decision, I think, Erik ten Hag. The player that got them back in the game, Anthony, who was playing well on the right wing, is now playing at left back, where Lindelof was playing. And you can see him.
Yeah. Chop and change for the fullbacks on both sides. Is staying at right back. Well, he needs his changes to pull United back from the brink. Bringing on Anthony, did that in regulation time. Otherwise Liverpool will be on their way back to Merseyside with a place in the quarter-final secured.
The only thing you can think of is that Anthony might be able to gallop beyond Garnacho.
It is Gakpo. Shoved out of it by Maguire. Forward by Endo, who's playing deeper now. Liverpool taking what time will be allowed. Our referee has to take into account some tiredness at this stage. Officials are vigilant this season about time wasting. Delaying a restart is often punished by a booking. Delaying is possible within the laws of the game. Liverpool will try their best to do it. The best thing for them is to score again, of course, against this much changed Manchester United lineup. There's Diaz just delaying a restart, but not extravagantly. Couldn't be further away from the goal. He found take us to extra time. Headed by Van Dijk. McAllister. Eriksen. Now Maguire. Anthony. Eriksen. Looking for the ball over the top for the run of Harry Maguire. Rashford was a bit back on his heels, actually.
Well, that's what Maguire can do when he wins the ball at the back and he plays it wide and then gets himself forward, and that's what happened. They went back in field and he was in the furthest forward attacking position for United.
Concerned here, and we talk about time wasting, and the goalkeepers are probably the ones who are the biggest criminals in that respect. And this season it has been pointed out, a lot of goalkeepers have been built in winning positions for delaying goal kicks, and they don't seem to learn from it.
Particularly when they're playing away from home and the crowd get onto the referee. They almost expect him to, as soon as the ball goes out of play, kick it back in.
There's Darwin Núñez. Manchester United getting red shirts back. Núñez to bundle his way through. Simicast trying to help. Eriksson with a cool head and a calm pass to Rashford, who was under challenge and fouled. He's cramping up, it seems. There are some very tired footballers out there trying to get a place in the FA Cup quarter-finals. Anthony, Garnacho, Eriksson, Fernandes, up towards the dangerous head of Maguire, knocks it down towards Maguire again. He knocked it down towards Garnacho and then appeared on the scene very quickly himself. Just a reminder of how fine the margins are here. McAllister makes a block, but it goes Manchester United's way. Bruno Fernandes tried to weave a way through, went down cheaply. The referee knew that. And Endo. There are going to be chances on the counter-attack if Liverpool have got the legs. Darwin Núñez hasn't there. He's left Gakpo and Elliott high and dry. And Ahmad takes it forward for Manchester United, pursued by Endo and Elliott. Maguire on his way back from his latest foray forward.
Well, that's what Liverpool were doing in the second half when they were completely dominating the game, not making the most of those sort of situations. They had a 4 versus 2 there and they didn't make it count. Can it come back to haunt them?
Kwanzaa. No one with the energy to make a run. That was sort of a ball that a striker perhaps should chase, but even though Gakpo is relatively recently in the game, couldn't muster the energy.
I think Maguire could end up being another centre forward. He's just centre forward, or do I still play at the back?
Well, he could have won it for Manchester United right at the end of regulation time. He's kept them in the cup with this chance, and Liverpool gave the ball away. And this time United had the energy and the application to find their target.
It's poor play. Núñez trying to play a crossfield pass, gets intercepted. McTominay plays it straight into the path of Rashford. He had a great shot in the first half, wrapping his foot round it, which was saved by Kelleher. This one is even better. And the goalkeeper can't even get a dive in. Really good finish from Marcus Rashford. Núñez puts his head in his hands.
Well, he has history against Liverpool. Most of it here. I think he scored a goal at Anfield. And this is Bobby Clark. He scored his first Liverpool goal in the Thursday win over Sparta Prague. And Luis Diaz shaking his head, not I think at the substitution, but the fact that he's gone off at 3-3 when seconds earlier they were 3-2 up.
So would that wasted opportunity 4 versus 2 come back to haunt them? It certainly has.
Well, the FA Cup sprinkling the magic over all the quarter-finals. Plenty of goals, some remarkable stories. This is certainly one of them. And McAllister down. Maguire down. McAllister was booked a long time ago.
And he goes with a high boot. The ball was high. Catches Maguire in the chest. This is an interesting decision. I think the foul might have been given to Liverpool here. Here's the goal. Really good finish. So aware of where the goalkeeper was, where the pass had to be inch perfect, and it was. Didn't have to break stride, did he, Marcus Rashford?
Well, it was put in the perfect spot for him to place it into the perfect position in the back of the net. Liverpool, though, authors of their own downfall. Cleared by Keller. And now Maguire is certainly staying back. The stats will probably reflect in most areas Liverpool's domination. Perhaps that's too strong a word, but certainly the better of it. Maybe it is the right word.
Manchester United had two little spells, didn't they? The first, there's a booking
For Ahmad, that is delaying the restart of the game with a free kick.
in the periods of domination for Manchester United, or when they were having the better games, right at the start for the first maybe 15-20 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes of normal time. Aside from that, Liverpool have been the more dominant side, I would say.
More passes, more possession, but not at the moment more goals. It has been the situation for a fair part of the game. But here's Rashford. McTominay racing into the middle. Wow. You could watch him at the top of the picture as we look at our monitors here. Look at the ground that he makes up.
And what a pass from Rashford as well. He can see it. He's still got to get that in between defenders right into the path of McTominay. He just takes it a fraction too early.
Players stopped. Liverpool thought they didn't want a free kick, they wanted to keep playing, but the whistle had gone. What are we? 5 minutes away from penalties.
Well, it's been a
totally
great
neutral perspective, it would be nice to see a winning goal, but that's impossible. It's Tsimikas, Gakpo, Bobby Clark's in there, and it's well claimed. Nunez got a touch on that as it flew across, but very well claimed by Onana.
Tsimikas with the cross, doesn't get enough whip on it. Nice hands by Onana.
Cultured contributions to FA Cup football. Here's Tsimikas, who knows what it's like to win this competition. Manchester United lost the final, of course, to Manchester City, who were still in the cup this time.
I'd love to know what role Fernandes is trying to play. He's now injured, but he's almost playing as a centre half alongside Maguire at the moment.
I don't think John Brooks was going to give that. Badly on Garnacho.
It's the follow-through that the referee didn't like, because he wins the ball. You almost can't slide in now. Follow-through takes you into the player.
From one goalkeeper to the other. The keeper's going to come into sharper focus very shortly, it seems. Verge, of course, going to penalties at Wembley when you were there with a very, very late winner to give Liverpool the League Cup. McAllister. Taking his time, just enough time. Nicely done from McAllister, and here is Endo. And Gakpo, challenged by Dalot, definitely got the ball, but it had to.
And the pass wasn't quite as good as McTominay's up the other end from Endo. Gakpo couldn't quite get there. Lovely tackle by Dalot. As you said, had to be absolutely spot on here.
The problem for Gakpo, and of course if the penalties go some distance, even if he's struggling, he'll have to take one. That's the regulation of the competition, unless they take him off. Swung in by Tsimikas, touched by McTominay. Elliott robbed. Here's Garnacho. Ahmad, who stole the ball, gets it back from Garnacho to the young man. Can he make himself a hero? He has done. It's Manchester United's quarter-final. In classic Manchester United fashion, the counter-attack, and a youngster doing it as well. The Busby Babes, the Fergie fledglings, and now Ten Hag has sent on Amad Diallo, who's hardly had a chance at Manchester United, hardly had a chance. He has scored a goal before for the club, but this one will go down in history. They were 2-1 down, on the verge of going out. They were 3-2 down, on the verge of going out. And now Liverpool are paying the price for missed chances. Stuart Robson.
Well, Ahmad won the ball back off Harvey Elliott. I didn't think the pass was particularly good from Garnacho, but his first touch took him away from Bradley. And all he's trying to do is hit it into the far side of the goal, and he gets it absolutely spot on. It's the only place he would beat the goalkeeper. Kelleher gets so close to it, in off the far post. What a finish to the game for these United players and the crowd inside here of United persuasion.
Well, if you don't know the name, he's made sure you know it now. And now, having got that yellow card earlier, he's taken his shirt off and got another yellow card. So that's a red card. And I guess that will keep him out of the semi-final that he's just put Manchester United into.
Well, obviously great for the player to score, but that's madness to get a second yellow for taking your shirt off. He must have realised he'd already got a yellow.
Well, Liverpool in desperate straits now. Van Dijk is in there, half away. Endo trying to get it down so they can try and rectify the situation with a little bit of patience that they're allowed. The time is against them. And here goes Garnacho. He's not shy of running the length of the field here. Bradley staying with him. Garnacho now heading towards the corner flag, making sure Manchester United keep the ball. That's excellent play from him. Crowd begging for the final whistle, or the majority of them, not the 9,000 fans who've made their way from Merseyside or of Liverpool support. Stuart Robson, a classic, extraordinary.
Well, halfway through the second half there was only going to be one winner, and that was Liverpool. They were completely dominant, they were winning the game. You couldn't see a way back in for Manchester United, but they've kept plugging away. And the substitutes have certainly made a difference for them. What a moment it could be for this man here, Erik Ten Hag.
And Jurgen Klopp finishes his FA Cup career in a way which will haunt him, I think, for all the successes that he's had, including winning this trophy, of course, and still the possibility of more silverware to come. It's not going to happen in the FA Cup unless the referee allows Liverpool one last attack, but it must be very nearly over. Dying seconds.
And United, remember, have 10 men at the moment.
They also have a place in the quarter-finals. An extraordinary game, in keeping with an extraordinary weekend in this wonderful competition. Marcus Rashford, who could have been the villain of the piece, he could have won it in 90 minutes, but he came up with a rescue goal, and then Amad Diallo is in the dressing room now for the nature of his celebrations, but will be joined by jubilant teammates. Liverpool, Stuart, is it right to say they've thrown it away here?
I think they did throw it away in that second period. As I said, they were dominant, they were winning the game, they had easy possession. Manchester United's crowd were getting onto their team because they couldn't close the ball down, and then they didn't make the most of several good situations, and as a result they were punished. But credit to Erik ten Hag, credit to Manchester United. They kept plugging away, they got the crowd behind them, and eventually they get the goals that have taken them into the semi-final. Brilliant match.
Well, there have been some famous games between these two. You just watched another one. It's gone against Jurgen Klopp. No quadruple for Liverpool this season, but for Manchester United, maybe the FA Cup. They're into the quarter-finals. Manchester United 4, Liverpool 3 after extra time.
Wow, we've had something a bit...
All fans celebrating,
we wish you a happy Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem.
To all our fans,
Ramadan Kareem.
Happy Ramadan.
Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem.
Hey, this is the world's game. It's played here
we were kids,
we
stop fights with the toughest but I was the one. So you want us go? Brother, didn't happen to him. Come by looking for you.
Nitatafuta nyinyi yote chalitandikwa kundizo kusikurini pale wakanga kwali Salongo Nachi Don Johnson chalitandikwa Misharo Digwezi Tansetero Gibusoni Sagala
Magic Promotion Moments Limited ya watu saku echikonde cha Easter Sunday chebese golo langu golole awo ku Grand Pass Garden